Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Katholina with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says more than 2.60 crore houses provided with tap water connection in last 15 months. Union government to replace safeguard duty with custom duty to protect local manufacturers of solar equipment. Department of Power, Nagaland to impose load shedding throughout the state on rotation basis. And Nagaland's COVID-19 tally reaches 10,777. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today laid foundation stone for several rural water projects in Mirzapur and Sonbhadra district in Uttar Pradesh. While laying foundation stone of 23 drinking water projects in Vindhyachal region, Modi said drinking water project in Mirzapur and Sonbhadra district will not only provide clean water to the people, but it will also be helpful in eradicating several diseases. He said if there is any region that was neglected for decades after independence, then it is this region that was neglected the most. He added because of that, many people were forced to relocate from here. In the coming time, when 3,500 villages get water supply, it will change the lives of over 40 lakh people. Prime Minister Modi said it has been over a year of Har Ghar Jal scheme. Over 2.60 crore families have been provided access to clean drinking water through taps at their homes in the last 15 months. Minister of Power and New and Renewable Energy R.K. Singh said India is going to replace safeguard duty with custom duty to protect local manufacturers of solar equipment. He said some countries are dumping solar equipment at very low prices in the country to destroy local manufacturers. Singh said India wants to expand its export base in solar energy sector like wind energy, wherein the country is not only self-sufficient but also an exporter. He said India has maximum growth and demand of renewable energy as per capita energy consumption is very low in the country. Terming the PM-KUSUM scheme as a second green revolution, Singh said this scheme will benefit farmers by providing subsidy for setting up solar pumps and solar power generation capacity on their barren lands. Department of Power Nagaland is compelled to impose load shedding throughout the state on rotation basis. In a press release, Chief Engineer, Transmission and Generation Power Department Nrpemo Mojay said the load shedding is being initiated due to low generation from the hydropower generating stations and the resultant shortfalls. He therefore appealed all the consumers to judiciously use electricity by switching off avoidable appliances that would go a long way to reduce the duration and quantum of the load shedding. Mojay also said that the department is making all efforts to provide stable power supply during the festive season of Christmas and New Year celebrations. Nagaland reported 103 fresh positive cases of COVID-19 today, taking the total tally to 10,777. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom in a tweet this evening said 78 cases were reported from Kohima, 24 in Dimapur and 1 from Zunheboto. Besides, 66 patients have recovered, which included 34 from Kohima and 32 in Dimapur. Of the cases reported today, 53 cases were from the armed forces, 47 from traced contacts and 3 from frontline workers. Presently, there are 1,406 active cases, while 9,203 have recovered. Of the 63 deaths registered, 53 died due to COVID, 6 deaths are non-COVID, and 4 deaths are under investigation. So far, 105 cases have migrated. With 45,209 new cases, country's total COVID-19 cases went up to 90,95,807. Health Ministry said with 501 new deaths in the last 24 hours, death toll has reached 1,33,227. Total active cases stand at 4,40,962. In the last 24 hours, 43,493 people were discharged. With this, the total discharge cases stand at 85,21,617. 26 states and union territories have less than 20,000 active cases as on date. 7 states and union territories have active cases among 20 to 50,000, whereas Maharashtra and Kerala are reporting more than 50,000 case load. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. National Cadet Corps cadets of 24 Nagaland 1 Khoi NCC Kohima under the aegis of Kohima Group celebrated its 72nd Raising Day today. The celebration started with hoisting of national flag at all the institutions, which was followed by various activities. Activities included tree plantation, run for health, painting competition, cleanliness drive, amongst others. The day witnessed enthusiastic participation from all cadets, providing them with opportunity to spread awareness and precaution to be taken against prevailing pandemic COVID-19, necessity of being vigilant, and generating a sense of patriotism among all NCC cadets. Run for Health was also organized jointly by Jaffa Christian College and Kigwema Government High School to spread the message of keeping oneself fit and lead a healthy life. Global Terror Financing Watchdog Financial Action Task Force FATF has said that G20 nations must start leading by example and act now to stop money laundering. FATF President Marcus Player said financial systems of many countries are exposed to money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing. He said even though G20 publicly calls for full implementation of FATF standards around the globe, not all G20 members have taken effective action to make a real difference. In an article titled Lead by Example, the FATF president said failing to take action means organized criminals will indulge in trafficking people, drugs, arms and wildlife, and corrupt stakeholders, and terrorists will operate with impunity. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has been conferred with the Vatayan Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution in the field of literature. Pokhriyal received the award at Vatayan UK felicitation ceremony organized through video conferencing by the British Institution Group in England yesterday. Speaking on the occasion, Pokhriyal said, "Unity in diversity has been the identity of India." He said, "Languages have a special significance in our culture." He said, "Every culture has a language and each language has its own culture and both are linked with each other." The minister said, "It is not only his personal honor, but it is an honor for India, Indianness and Indian values." A two-day All India Presiding Officers Conference will be organized at Kevadia in Gujarat on 25th of this month. Addressing media in New Delhi, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla said that the theme of this year's conference is harmonious coordination of legislative, executive and judiciary, key to a vibrant democracy. He said President Ramnath Kovind will inaugurate the two-day conference. Birla said various sessions will be organized in which presiding officers will exchange their views and shared best practices. On 26 November, which is celebrated as Constitution Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the valedictory session of the conference. Indian Navy ships including indigenously built ASW corvette Kamorta and missile corvette Karmuk are participating in the second edition of India, Singapore and Thailand Trilateral Maritime Exercise SITMAX 20 in Andaman Sea. The two-day exercise got underway yesterday. SITMAX series of exercises are conducted to enhance mutual interoperability and imbibing best practices between Indian Navy, Republic of Singapore Navy and Royal Thai Navy. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps: wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing. To end the news, the headlines here again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says more than 2.60 crore houses provided with tape water connection in last 15 months. Union government to replace safeguard duty with custom duty to protect local manufacturers of solar equipment. Department of Power Nagaland to impose load shedding throughout the state on rotation basis. And Nagaland's COVID-19 tally reaches 10,777. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.